Hello everybody, I am Nadav Orbs CEO. I would like to thank you for joining us on this special event of Orbs mainnet 3 years anniversary. Orbs was founded almost 5 years ago, and from those 5 years our mainnet and Orbs token are live for 3 years today, and those were quite 5 years that we're very proud of. Started from the inception of the project and the concept through almost 2 years of heavy development of creating a very impressive blockchain and the launch of the Orbs token. And we've had the opportunity to have an amazing community that is growing to be self-sufficient and very influential of the project, and especially our beloved Japanese and Korean communities we cherish very much, and we could have not gone this far without your amazing and ongoing support, and I would like to thank you for that. Throughout this journey, we've had some pretty impressive milestones achieved on the enterprise front with 2 very big projects, and even though they were successful on our side, I would say it made us realize that real enterprise adoption is probably a decade away. So we wanted to make a difference and play where things are happening and create real value. So we pivoted to where blockchain is really being used, which is decentralized finance and NFTs and Web3, and we just launched our multi-chain proof of stake. And we have amazing applications on our layer 3 infrastructure that we're building as we speak, and you will hear very soon from today. And we've had the entire ecosystem had some bull markets and bear markets, and Orbs, I would say, is a very stable project, and we came all this way here because we have a very special team, and I would like to take a moment and thank all the people at Orbs, the R&D team, the finance team, the legal team, the business team, the marketing team, which made this all possible. So this time is a time to reflect a little bit on the past and talk a bit about the future. And to tell us more about Orbs on 2022, here is Brian.
Thank you, Nadav, and hi everyone. I'm happy to run you through this short presentation of Orbs in 2022. This is definitely going to be a big year for Orbs, already is actually. And yeah, it's a good opportunity to recap a little bit about Orbs and discuss what we are doing right now. So, on this day of the 3rd anniversary of our mainnet, just to give a recap, we have around 30 people, out of which 20 people are R&D and the rest are management, marketing, such as myself. I think what's interesting about the team now is that the team is actually comprised of everyone who's crypto savvy. There's tons of experience here within the company in crypto. If we look back at when we started, a lot of people were new to the space. At this point, everyone is quite experienced. Even outside work, all of us are, holding crypto, at least have some Bitcoin and Ethereum. A lot of us are, doing degen farming and DeFi, looking for, the cutting edge stuff, the new stuff with the high APY. Other people, such as myself, are, playing around with NFTs, buying and selling and collecting. So the team right now is very core and focused on crypto. In terms of offices, we have our main HQ here in Tel Aviv. We also have London, where Daniel and Tal are currently living and working. We also have our Singapore office. We have Eddie and Edward in Seoul, and we have the Tokyo office led by Mayo with Yoshi, Aina on the ground. Um, and obviously, in terms of communities, we have our big global community as well as our very, very, very strong and beloved communities in Korea and in Japan. So this year, as you guys know, is the years of Orbs 3.0. Orbs 3.0 means three things. Means Orbs is a layer 3, independent execution layer, POS v3, which is going to be launched actually today, and Web 3.0, which is the current go-to-market for the company. So perhaps we start with Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is, a general term for, the next evolution of the internet. We personally believe that, this is not going to be just this metaverse owned by Facebook or some other company. It's going to be, an open ecosystem powered by blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. We feel like DeFi, NFTs, GameFi are going to be very strong pillars of this new, this new stage of the internet, this new future. And, we are building Orbs to be an important, crucial building block for this future. So this is definitely our focus and go-to market. When talking about POS v3, what we're talking about now is basically the multi-chain staking. This is also being launched today. Or basically, as of today, people can stake either on Ethereum or in Polygon based on their personal preferences. Some people are, more happy with Ethereum ecosystem and its high security and integration. Other people are looking for the scalability and low fees of Polygon. So, we've made both options available for our guardians and delegators. And this includes a few other new things. First, it's the fixed staking rewards on 10%. It's the revamped Tetra wallet and the new version for Polygon. And it's also some new things that we can do now on Polygon because of the lower gas fees and lower congestion. We can implement stuff like auto compound. That is something that, the community wanted for a very long time, and we are now able to do on Polygon. And I think it should be noted that POS v3 is not ending here. We will continue to evolve and develop POS v3. One of the things we're focused on and trying to figure out is maybe having new incentive models and new token models compared to our existing POS. That would align with our L3 direction. This is something that we plan to explore in H2 of 2022. And now let's talk about layer 3. So as you guys know, Orbs' current positioning is as an L3 enhancement layer, where, layer 1, we have solutions such as Ethereum, which are already quite well established in their security level, but are very congested and slow. We have layer 2 solutions, such as Polygon and others, which are basically solving, the congestion and scalability problem of Ethereum, but are still quite limited in terms there are only, you can only implement decentralized apps as EVM-based smart contracts. Now, smart contracts can do a lot, and we've seen that in the DeFi space, for example, but are quite limited in terms of their capabilities. Ethereum doesn't know what time it is. There's no events. It is limited. And what Orbs can do is basically enhance the capabilities of EVM-based smart contracts. Basically, allow Ethereum-based smart contracts or other EVM-based smart contracts to do more than they can now. So this is definitely the important go-to-market for us this year, and where we position Orbs, and we already have some things to show. One example of our layer 3 app is the Open DeFi notification protocol. Using Open DeFi notification protocol, basically the Orbs guardians are monitoring, different EVM chains such as Phantom, Polygon, Avalanche, and BSC, and basically generate, real-time notification with respect to DeFi positions. So, we've launched this a couple of months ago, and we already had amazing success in terms of integrations. We're working with, some of the biggest DeFi projects, such as PancakeSwap, such as Trader Joe, QuickSwap, biggest DEXs, Alpaca Finance, one of the biggest lending platforms. So, this has seen very impressive success. Another example of a L3 use case and application already running is Revolt. Revolt is a complex vault on BSC and Phantom. What Revolt does is basically looks for best APY and deploy user funds to where they can earn the most, and they use bots for that. And they have an auto compound bot. They have the calculation bot for the incentive TVL, and they have an auto rebalance for highest yield. And you can run these types of bots using EVM based smart contracts. So they partner with Orbs in order to basically decentralize those bots and run their DeFi system in a way that's completely decentralized, and generate user trust. So maybe last to mention is Orbs' awesome ecosystem and how it's grown. We don't have enough time in the video to go through everything, but it. Orbs is listed on a lot of the top exchanges, not all of them yet, but a lot of the big ones. Orbs is supported on all big blockchains, integrating all of the big wallets, all of the big data sites, all of the big DeFi protocols, and we're growing this. The community knows this very well, how hard we are working on growing the Orbs ecosystem, and hopefully this is just gonna continue to grow. So thank you all so much for being with me through this presentation, and happy 3-year anniversary for the mainnet. Let's hope we get to celebrate many more anniversaries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ran. We would like to think of Orbs to be more than just a project or a company. We see Orbs as a family, and to look back down memory lane, let's hear from Orbs co-founders, Daniel, Tal, Uriel, and Netta.
Hello Orbs community, Tal here and Daniel here. Creating a video for you from jolly London. You can see the weather. Weather is nice in London, sunny, no rain. And it's been an exciting time. Both of us live here now in London. As you know, we're neighbors. We live quite close to each other. And we work together every day. And this is a very special occasion. The network is alive for 3 years. 3 years in production. Daniel, did you believe that we'll be here after 3 years? That the code that we wrote for so many years is actually running?
Definitely. It's quite funny. Not a lot of people know this, but when we just started the company, and I came to Tal with the idea that he should leave Wix and jump full time into crypto and start going deep into blockchain development, he was in a crossroad. Because at the same time, Facebook approached him and offered him a lead position in React Native to lead the mobile development for React Native in the US.
I was just about to move with my family to live in San Francisco. That was before Orb started. It was really back in the day. And my wife also wanted a relocation, and we were planning to move to San Francisco.
And this was really one of Tal's dream jobs, because he loves mobile, he loves creating consumer apps and doing it for Facebook, and potentially bringing his work to million and billion of people. It's something quite exciting. And when I told him, Tal, I understand this is a big opportunity for you, but listen to what I have to offer, he was a little bit hesitant. And I asked him why. For a long time we wanted to start a startup together, to work together. This is our opportunity. It's a great timing. He said, Daniel, don't get me wrong. I believe in you. I know we're gonna have fun. I know we can develop some great things together. But this is a startup, and there is risks that we won't succeed. And what would happen if, let's say, in a year or 2-year time, I shifted all of my knowledge from mobile to blockchain, and then we need to close down. I don't think Facebook will wait for me, and everything that I achieved in the mobile space will go to waste. So I told him, Tal, listen, you don't understand. If you believe in me, and if you believe that we should start a company and go to this journey, the last thing you need to think about is your resume. If we start this, I can assure you 3 things. One, that you're going to work in one of the most interesting spaces. In my opinion, blockchain is one of the biggest innovations happening in our generation. We really have a front seat to see how this industry develop and be part of it. It's like joining the AI revolution 5-6 years ago. This is how I feel the time is right now. Secondly, this will be our own startup. We will bring friends, we will bring people that will challenge us, smart people, fun people to work with, and I think this is one of the most important things. You spend so much time at work, so if you can do it with people that are as good as you, if not better.
People that you care about.
It's amazing. And the last thing is that this is not a 1-2 year journey. I can assure you that this is gonna last for a very, very long time. I have full belief that we complete each other. You're on the technical angles and me more on the business aspects. And if we start this thing, in my opinion, it will last for a decade. So we're not a decade in yet, but it's been almost 5 years since we started.
5 years, 3 years out of it in production.
Exactly. And to be honest, I think this is just the beginning. Like, the time has been flying, and what is happening in the ecosystem, what is happening in Orbs, it's just beautiful. And I think every day we're learning new things, and we're developing the blockchain and the product to be more and more relevant. And I think V3 and what we have in store for 2022 is really prime time to deploy a lot of what we learned. And it's interesting because the ecosystem changes all the time, so we need to adapt. But if I compare where we are right now, compared to where we were, where we started, I think things are moving much faster than I anticipated. I'll give you just 2 examples. One regarding Bitcoin. When I started investing in 2013, I thought this would be a good investment. It would develop slowly into a store of value. But we see what is happening today. Bitcoin in a $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin as a currency, as a store of value, is already outperforming currencies of about 50 countries around the world. There's already one country that adopted it as a sovereign currency. And I think this will just continue. So that's on the Bitcoin side of things. And if you look at smart contracts and Ethereum and the L2 and all the development network that is being developed, also the pace of growth is being just incredible. Just 2-3 years ago, there was a big debate, a big bet between Joe Lubin, the founder of Ethereum, and between Jimmy Song, one of the Bitcoin maximalists, very, very strong core Bitcoin advocate. And he said he doesn't think there will be any usage on top of Ethereum over 5,000 users on a daily basis, or more than 5 apps with meaningful usage. And we see what is happening today regarding DeFi, yield farming, and Aave, and Uniswap. And this is really where we're positioning Orbs to be part of this huge shift of how you can take fintech application and make them more decentralized and more private and more accessible to everybody in the world. So I think even though this is quite early days for Orbs and for crypto as a whole, things are moving very, very fast, and I'm excited to see what the next 5 years have in store. So I told Tal this will be at least a decade journey, and I'm happy that
to deliver.
And that we're energized and have all the community with us as we walk this road. So super excited to celebrate 3 years for Orbs. We have interesting things in store, and let's continue building onwards.
Do for 3 more years. Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, this is Uriel, also one of the co-founders of Orbs. So I also wanted to say a few words for the 3 years event of Orbs network blockchain live and active on mainnet. And I wanted to tell maybe a little bit of what was most influential on me and for me in kind of the road we did on Orbs. So I think the most influential thing on me was that the biggest part that I played in building the ecosystem was constant flying to many places, but most frequently to Seoul in South Korea and Tokyo in Japan. I used to fly a lot, almost every month for 1-2 weeks, and I would talk to people and meet everybody from the community and participate in events and talk about Orbs and talk about what we want to do in Orbs. And we started from a hybrid blockchain, which was kind of the first L2 in the market before there was even an L2. And then we continued to many different technologies and strategies, and now we're focusing on the next phase of Orbs, which is decentralizing the backend and the bots and making the entire ecosystem much more Web3 based. So this was the most fun I have in building the ecosystem, and I really miss flying, and Corona is crazy, so really miss flying and meeting everybody and talking about Orbs and meeting the community. And I hope that one day I'll have the opportunity to do it again. And I wanted to say thanks for everybody along the way, whether I met them personally or through social networks or other activities in Orbs. And thanks for the support for Orbs, and I hope we will see each other soon again. Bye bye.
So happy anniversary. What a crazy few years it's been. I want to share a story about launching Orbs, because it was really the first time that we were working together as a group, and it was super intense. We had so many late nights and long hours together, and somehow those late nights always ended up at my house. Probably because no other wife would accept partners there until 2 or 3 in the morning so frequently during the week, and also probably because I love feeding people, so it was a good combination. Except this was almost 5 years ago now, so I had 2 little girls, and they were quite younger then, which meant that I needed to be awake when they woke up, which was 6 or 6:30 in the morning. And so we'd have these super late night meetings, and for the first few weeks, I was there till the end, but inevitably I was just so tired that around midnight or a little bit past midnight, I would just fall asleep, mid-sentence or whatever I was doing, I would fall asleep. And the guys would just continue over me. I'd kind of wake up around 3 in the morning, they were still talking, and this would go on for a few nights during the week. Even though it was crazy, it was really kind of like a family atmosphere, and I loved it because it enabled us to work together as a team and really bond. Orbs a few years later is built on that foundation of our togetherness. So happy anniversary, everyone. That's how we started this journey.
our communities for their ongoing support. And now for our 3 years anniversary, I would like to wish us an even more amazing 4th year. Thank you.